competing in your league, how important are they relative to playing different teams and being able to perform, outperform, take advantage of? How are they important to getting final result?
Yeah, I think there's so many good coaches in our league. There's a number of guys that have been in our league for numerous years. So the coaching is, extremely experienced. So for us, I would say X and O's are important, but they come after our ability to play fast, play intense, and play with the details that we have where we get above pucks, we stop on pucks. Those details are paramount for us. Our ability to play fast, reload, get above things fast. That's our most. But then, when we're able to do that, and then we can build in some strategy into our system. The two biggest areas for us is how we pressure up the ice. We have 2 or 3 variations of our forecheck that we'll use. From really aggressive to moderate to a little bit softer, and depending who we're playing, it might be a wide forecheck, a middle forecheck. So we'll adjust based on who we're playing and their tendencies and their breakout. Our neutral zone, obviously, we play on Father David Bauer. It's it's an Olympic size sheet, and Mike can attest. And a lot of you guys have coached on international ranks. It's different, and the neutral zone is probably where you gotta focus on your checking skills the most when it comes to an Olympic size rink. So again, we have a couple different variations that we use in the neutral zone when we're checking without the puck. The rest of it is fairly standard. What we do in our own zone obviously is unique to us, but I think the X's and O's of it isn't really a concern. It's how we layer more than kind of strategy. It's how we layer the puck in our own zone. But the two biggest areas we really focus on our X and O's would be our forecheck up ice pressure, and then the neutral zone, how we check without it. And it's funny, I saw a drill on I can't remember where I saw it. It was on Coach Them, the kind of the practice planning website, Coach Them, what I use. And it was a 2 versus 3 angling checking drill off the benches. So we started that the middle of October when we started winning, and we did it 2 to 3 times a week. We didn't stop because it was built on checking, angling, transition, and intensity. You got to get off the bench and win your puck races, but then you got to angle and get up ice. And so as much as I talk about strategy in the neutral zone, it's if we can skate and check and get above quick, all of it's going to kind of work itself out. And I think as a coach, our players might think differently, but I would say I'm more simple now than I was 10, 15 years ago. And just, I think you learn through experience that just those little details, philosophy of play is way more important than your strategy. I think anyways, just if you get caught up in your X's and O's, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. When you can just play fast, hard, but angle and have good details around the puck and around the net, I think you got a good chance.
Mark, can you talk us through a little bit of your? You said the one area you might be a little different in is your D-zone layering, like what you like to do there. And Wally can edit this out, so U of A can't come this.
Well, and I don't even care, because in the end of the day, we all do video so much, we know exactly what everybody does.
We know, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just
it's all about the good of the game.
Yeah, no, and we have massive corners. When they redid Father Bauer 8 years ago, they also pulled the goal line out and made it like it was basically followed the double IHF rink formation. So the goal line was pushed out, the neutral zone was adjusted, so it mimics a double IHF rink exactly. So with that, the corners are massive, behind the net's massive. So just we talk a lot about our first quick, our second quick, and our third quick. That's all over the ice. And when I watched us play U of A so many times, and you just watch and go, what is going on? But their ability to have second quick and third quick better than us hurt us a lot. So we talked about all over the ice, but especially in our rink, our ability to have second quick faster than them, and then just our layers with we really talked about stopping the puck. If we don't stop it, then we layer softer in behind. Our layers are way deeper. If we stop the puck, our layers get tight real fast. So you got to think, you got to play, but the big thing for us is how we skate and angle. So if a D-man or a forward can stop that puck quick, we try to prevent the back of the net. Our back of the net is massive, so we try to prevent the back of the net as much as we can. And we try to prevent the walk-off. Those are the two things we really focus on. And then if the puck does get below the goal line, anywhere inside the dots below the goal line, our wingers collapse down inside the hash. We're prepared to give up passes up top, but we're not going to give up passes in the middle. But so once we stop the puck wherever it is, then we smother quick with 2 and 3. But you got to skate to do that. If you're not quick, you're not going to have seconds or thirds, and then you're not going to turn over the puck. So that would be our biggest strategy. And we talk a lot about not so much checking with our stick. We check with our feet and our legs. Just I just find players that check with their stick, and I know a lot of coaches still preach stick on puck, and we want stick on puck, but we don't want to tripod and get our feet stuck in the mud where we don't move. We really want to get hip on hip as quick as we can at all times, especially the guy with the puck. Just that way we're not lunging and reaching for pucks.
Mark, I got a question about stick on hip, and maybe in AAA, but back in the day, people just ran people. It wasn't about controlling the hips. It was about taking yourself out of position and drawing penalties, being aggressive. So stick on puck, and saw a video put together by Ray Bennett when he coached at St. Louis, stick on puck highlights with the Blues, where they went through the hips to the stick aggressively, the most aggressive forecheck I've ever been with a stick on puck concept. But the pressure on the hips to control the stick was really paramount. And I think that we're getting out of, not in minor hockey like the AAA kids that you watch at Father Bauer in the season. It's just about intimidation. It isn't about playing hockey. They double shift their best players to the point of exhaustion. There's no attention to the psychological impact of building a team. They're trying to win right now in the moment. And they're just doing so many things that are harmful to the growth and development of the players that it concerns me. But I just love your discussion on X's and O's. And Mark, I sent you a link, which I think I've shared with the Sharks and might have to again. Daryl Belfry's done work, and Greg Revak has a site called Hockey IQ. And Greg is a partner with Belfry in the business of tactical hockey IQ at a level that we haven't seen offensively. And the link I sent you was on puck protection below the goal line and providing support below the goal line. So when I sent it to you, that's exactly because of what you said. You're trying to defend below the goal line, prevent it from happening, but when it does, well, Belfry, he doesn't worry about teaching defending. He teaches offense. Let them worry about trying to defend what we do. And the Leafs, I think, they may not be as adept defensively without the puck, but offensively, they're doing things we can all learn from in another capacity. So I just wanted to throw that in. Now, Hal, you have